What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. Now I've made it pretty clear that I am convinced we will be seeing a next Uncharted very soon, and for almost a year now I've been updating you on all new theories and hints regarding the game. Still, I see many people under the wrong impressions and making false statements. The announcement of the game seems imminent and the 2014 release is the logical assumption. Therefore, to sum it all up, here are the 10 biggest reasons why Uncharted 4 is coming. One of the most important facts many people are still not yet aware of is Naughty Dog having split into two teams. Basically, when finished with Uncharted 2 in 2009, Naughty Dog started working on two projects at the same time, Uncharted 3 and The Last of Us. With Uncharted 3 releasing at the fall of 2011, but The Last of Us only recently, there's still a game the Uncharted team has been working on for almost 2 years now. For this game, there are three possibilities. There's a completely new IP they could do, Jak 4, although Naughty Dog stated that they had taken a break at looking into ways to bring it back, or Uncharted 4, their most successful franchise yet, of which there's still many people wanting a sequel. Uncharted isn't done. I see the argument that Uncharted is a trilogy passing by almost every single day, but Naughty Dog has been very clear about this. Not all of Drake's stories have yet been told, and as long as there are many people wanting a new entry, they'll keep on making them. Add that Uncharted 3 was generally found to be disappointing in some ways, and I'm sure Naughty Dog would want to leave the franchise with its best entry.
And who knows what's next. I think, we never really said how many of these things we're going to do, so it's not, every time it's a new adventure.
PlayStation 4 needs a real system seller. Sure, Infamous and Killzone are great games, but not the mainstream successful Sony exclusives that sell 5 million plus copies. With Gran Turismo 6 coming to PS3, there only remains God of War 4 and Uncharted 4. Sony will need titles like these to get as many people as possible to buy the PS4. They already did it before by introducing Uncharted Golden Abyss to sell the PS Vita, and they will have to do the exact same thing with PS4. Uncharted 3 multiplayer has been heavily supported for over a year, with patches and DLC coming out almost every single month. Then there's the fact that just like Killzone 3, Uncharted went free to play to attract even more people to the franchise. That just confirms it. Why would you ever try to bind more people to your franchise if you know it is at its end? In a recent interview, it was confirmed that Naughty Dog will be using the same engine for their games on PS4. Though I believe them on their word that it will be easier to make the transition to the next generation that way, a new engine isn't really that important anyway if you're going to make the same type of games you've been making for the past 6 years. Remember those block mesh maps Naughty Dog put out for everyone to enjoy while playing Uncharted 3 multiplayer? They were all created after Uncharted 3 was finished. Why would Naughty Dog be experimenting by creating new maps for Uncharted to test out new elements that could work in its multiplayer? There's only one answer to me. When asked to Graham McTavish, actor of Lazarevich and Charlie Cutter, to give us news on the new Uncharted, he happily replied with, "Uncharted fans, I will keep you posted." If he had not heard anything about a new one even being planned, why not just say you're not aware of any new one yet? Then only 6 days later, he tweeted that for gamers, he just started working on a brand new project which he had to be very silent about. Graham isn't known for doing a lot of video game work, with only Killzone, Call of Duty and Uncharted being the main franchises he played in. However, Killzone and Call of Duty already announced their new installments, so that only leaves one option. Oh, and I suppose the tweets about hanging around with Nolan North and strapping on his pistol can't exactly be seen as irrelevant either. Nolan North, actor of Nathan Drake, has been in a few interviews as well, and answers to some direct questions have been quite interesting. Never trying to get to the point, coming with answers like Naughty Dog being busy enough with The Last of Us while we all know that they have two teams, and simply saying he doesn't know what they're working on, while being friends with the developers and hanging around in the office every once in a while can simply not be taken seriously.
Where would you like to see Uncharted go if they were to do another one?
If they did another Uncharted, it's an interesting, it's an interesting game.
During a The Last of Us developer diary, 2 pirate-like character models have been spotted that don't have to do with anything regarding the game. With another theory of supposed flashbacks to Francis Drake's past, it all seems to fit together. And finally, Naughty Dog isn't the same Naughty Dog as they used to be. One of the biggest misconceptions many people are holding on to is that just because they held on to one franchise a generation with Jak and Crash Bandicoot both containing 3 main entries and a spin-off, Uncharted doesn't have to be like that. Traditions can be broken, and we've already seen that. When did Naughty Dog have 2 teams in the past? When did they come out with a brand new IP at the end of a generation, like they did with The Last of Us? I'm almost sure the second team has been created so they could keep doing something new, while at the same time sticking to an older franchise that is seen as Sony's biggest blockbuster series and something that cannot be given up yet. These were the 10 biggest reasons why Uncharted 4 has to be coming, but of course, nothing can be guaranteed. Could Naughty Dog be working on something else? For sure, but with arguments like these, it just seems very unlikely. And whether they will announce it at Gamescom, the Spike Video Game Awards or any other point in the future, you can bet to get all the information you could possibly want on Uncharted 4 before and after the announcement right here at youtube.com/RobinGaming. Thanks a lot for watching everyone, and I hope to see you again next time.